So I was driving into work the other day and it was beautiful. It was 70 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, and I had passed a couple of women out riding their bikes. And my first thought was not, yay, good for them. It was, must be nice. They look like they're living the dream. And here I am, behind on everything. Like summer's already here and I completely missed my window to get ready for it. If you've ever had that exact thought that everyone has it together and you don't, my friend, this episode is for you. Because I want to tell you why that thought is lying to you and the one place I want you to start instead.
Welcome to the Biking Wellness Podcast. I'm your host, Stacy Smith, and I lost 50 pounds riding my bike by focusing on what my body can do. Now, I teach other women how to do the same. I am obsessed with completely flipping the script on weight loss so that we can work out to feel good and feel strong. If you are ready to stop dieting, learn how to appreciate your body, and have fun riding your bike, you're in the right place. Let's dive in.
Hello, my wonderful friend. Welcome back to the podcast. And if you're just joining us for the very first time, I want to send an extra special warm welcome to you. I am so glad that you are here. Okay, let's talk about what I just described because I have a feeling you know this really well. There's this thought that creeps in that summer is sneaking up on you, that you meant to get going months ago, back when there was still time, and now the season is basically here and you're telling yourself, well, I guess I missed it. I'll just feel how I feel this summer and try again in the fall. I want to talk you out of that today because that thought, it just isn't true and it isn't helping you. And I'm going to show you why. And before I go too far in today, I also want you to let you know that I'm right in the middle of a completely free Summer Reset Weight Loss Challenge as we speak. And it's not too late for you to jump in and join us. So if that thought that I just described is hitting a little too close to home right now, just head on over to sassy.com/challenge. That's SASCY.com/challenge and get yourself signed up. I will link it in the description too. And if you happen to be hearing this after the challenge is already over, go to the same link anyway and get on the wait list because I run these challenges all the time and I would absolutely love to have you in the next one. Okay, so this whole I'm behind kind of thinking is that it's just a thought. It is not the truth. So I want to slow down here and get something really clear because this is the part that changes everything once you really uncover it and once you really see it. I'm behind is a thought. It is not a fact, and it's a thought that your brain is just offering up to you. And here's why this is so important to understand. Your thoughts are what create your feelings. So when you think, I'm behind, I'm so far behind, everyone else has it together and I don't, and I'm a mess, that thought makes you feel a certain way. It makes you feel stuck. It makes you feel defeated. It makes you feel helpless. It makes you feel like, why should I even bother? And this is what really kind of gets us. How you feel is what drives what you do. So when you feel defeated and you feel stuck, what do? You do nothing. You sit down, you lay on the couch, you get out the Netflix, or in my case, the historical fiction, and you just keep putting it off. You decide you'll start in the fall. That thought creates this feeling, and the feeling creates the giving up. The feeling is what leads you to not doing anything. So it wasn't ever just like, your busy life or the calendar or anything like that. The problem isn't those things. The problem is what you're thinking about those things. And the good news is that the really hopeful thing is that your thoughts can change. When you change your thought, then you can change how you feel. And when you change how you feel, you're going to change what you actually do or don't do about it. So I get it totally because my brain does this to me all of the time. And let me be really honest with you about where I actually am right now. So I have a charity ride coming up with my son in less than 2 weeks. And a few weeks ago, I was all fired up. I was on my bike, I was riding, I was getting stronger, I was ready to keep up with him. And then things got busy. We had baseball every single night. The end of the school year is coming, which if you have kids, you know is its own kind of chaos. If you're a teacher like me, it's double the chaos. And basically, before I knew it, I went from riding regularly to squeezing in maybe 20 minutes on the bike a couple times a week or not riding at all. So I'm looking at this past week thinking I haven't done much. And I'm looking at this ride coming up thinking, how on earth am I going to do this? Not just like, how am I going to keep up with my son, but how am I going to ride 25 miles when I haven't ridden more than 25 minutes lately? And here's my brain kind of handing me this thought, you're so behind, you blew it, you're not going to be able to do this. And I could feel exactly what that thought was doing to me. It made me want to throw up my hands and not even try and give up. So when I tell you I know how this works and I know these feelings, I'm not saying it like from this place of like, oh, I used to be like that. I'm saying this from the place of I'm still like this from time to time now. The difference is I've learned to recognize it, to catch those thoughts instead of just believing them and letting it cause me to give up and say, oh, well, I should just pull out of this ride and not do it this year. I am going to ride, even if I ride super slow. If it's the 25 slowest miles of my life, I am going to ride, because the thought I'm behind and I can't do this and summer's starting and I shouldn't even bother makes me just feel stuck and makes me feel like there's nothing worth doing, and then I don't actually do anything. But thinking instead, you know what? I'm not behind. I'm just going to start. I'm going to get started from right here. That feels completely different. It's a different feeling in my body. It doesn't make me feel like I have this weight on my chest. It makes me feel like, oh, you know what? I'm going to do the best that I can. That feels doable. That feels hopeful even. And from that feeling, I can actually get up and I can move. And so can you. Please understand that the circumstances have not changed. The reality is this ride is just over a week away and I am not physically ready. The only thing that's changing is how I'm thinking about it. And that thinking is going to change how I feel and then get me to actually start riding my bike again in preparation for it. So there's nothing wrong with you for thinking that you're behind. We all do that. Our brains do that. But that thought is not a fact, and you do not have to believe it. You haven't missed your opportunity. The opportunity is just wherever you decide to start, and you get to decide that with a single new thought today. So once you've got that new thought, where do you actually start? Where do you go with it? I want to give you the one place because it's the same place I start every single time, even now after all of these times, even in the mess that I'm in right now. And it might not be the place that you'd guess. So when you feel behind and you want to get back on track, almost everyone's instinct is to start with their food choices. Cut something out. Say like, okay, I'm going to stop eating carbs. I'm going to stop eating sugar. I'm going to stop eating flour. Clean up my diet. I'm going to get really strict on what I'm putting in my body. But I want you to start somewhere completely different. I want you to start with moving your body, and not for the reasons that we have been told by diet culture. We've heard our whole life that we move our bodies to burn calories, to, you eat a lot, then you just got to move more. You have to earn your food or chase some certain way of looking in your body. And this is not why I want you to move. I want you to move because moving is what makes you feel good in your body. And feeling good in your body is what makes you actually want to take care of it. This is the whole thing. This is the order of operations. Move first. And the wanting to take care of yourself follows right behind it. I'll give you a small example. When I'm moving regularly, I am not white knuckling my food and restricting like crazy. I just naturally want to fuel my body better because I want to feel good on my bike and I want the movement to feel good. I might have 2 cookies with my afternoon tea instead of 3, not because I'm restricting, but because I want to feel better tomorrow. I don't want to feel like I'm crashing from the sugar. Movement does that for me, and it can do it for you as well. And before you tell me like, okay, but Stacey, I really don't have time to move my body. Listen, I get it. I am not saying that you need to do a 3-hour-long bike ride. I'm not saying that you need to go to the gym for an hour. The walk that I'm talking about, you can take a 5 or 10 minute walk around the block. It can be, getting your kids to practice a few minutes early and walking while they warm up. It can be dancing in your kitchen while dinner cooks. That's so much fun. It can change day to day depending on what you have time for and what your life allows. I can't do my usual workout right now is never a reason to do nothing. There is always something small that you can fit in. And listen, if part of what's got you feeling behind is that your body's changing, that what used to work doesn't seem to work anymore, hello, menopause, perimenopause, I hear you. You're not imagining this, but you also aren't powerless here. And you are not just passively having to sit there and let all of this happen to you. Moving your body, especially getting stronger, is one of the most powerful things that you can do to work with your body instead of feeling like you're fighting it all of the time. And this is kind of a conversation for another day, I get it. But for today, I just want you to start moving in a way that feels good. You don't have to get your eating perfect and then just fit movement in later. Instead, move first, because it's what makes you feel good enough in your body to want to take care of it. Start there. Start small. Start today. And if you're sitting there thinking, okay, I love this, but I know myself, I'll be fired up today and back on the couch with my book again tomorrow, then let me tell you what I've got going on right now. This is exactly why I'm running my free summer weight loss reset challenge right now, because knowing where to start is one thing, and actually doing it, especially when your life is as full as mine is right now, is another thing entirely. And it is so much easier when you're not doing it by yourself, when you have support. This challenge is totally free. It is not a big time commitment, and we are in the middle of it together right now doing this exact work. We're throwing out all of our old diet rules, we're finding movement that actually feels good, and we're figuring out what actually works in our day-to-day life, not in some imaginary woman's life who has all day to meal prep and go to the gym and do all the things. If you want in, it's not too late to join. Just go to sassy.com/challenge. That's SASCY.com/challenge and get yourself signed up. I will put the link in the description. And if you're hearing this after the challenge is already wrapped up, go to that link anyway. I'm always working on new challenges, new ways to help the community, and there will be something there for you. This work is not going anywhere, and neither am I. And if this episode hit home for you, would you do me a favor and share it with a friend? There is a woman out there right now in your life who is convinced she missed her chance this summer, and she needs to hear that it is not too late, and that she can start with something as small as a 10-minute walk. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. Thank you for joining us for another episode. I am here, and I am cheering for you every single step of the way. Talk soon.